Hello, everyone. Jen here. It is getting to the start of weeks 5 to 6. So we're already 4 weeks in. You've already gone through this programming for 4 weeks and started to establish a little bit more of a routine, trying to get into the jive and you know, make it a part of your schedule, which is great. If you're having a difficult time with finding time to make it a part of your schedule, don't forget, okay? I can't emphasize this enough. You can get away with doing this workout in about 30 to 40 minutes tops if you need to, okay? And how you do that is you can go ahead through the first phase, the first, in terms of the dynamic stretching, the foam rolling, and then the first superset that usually precedes that is going to be part of the 12-minute or less warm up because 12 minutes is a good, nice number. It's a nice time domain for us to warm up no matter what age we are and no matter what kind of ailments we might have in terms of knees, hips, and things like that. So a lot of the warm up that I'm doing, just to keep in mind, is a part of the pain-free performance coaching certification that I took part in last year. And I learned a lot, and I've already been implementing a lot of his. John Rosen, he's an actual DPT, he's a PT rather, and I've been following him for quite a few years, and I've been utilizing a lot of his, warm up methods and pain free performance methods and tips and things like that over the last couple of years. And I've seen great results with that because I have some patellar issues and some shoulder issues just from a previous injury and things like that. So it's one of those situations where I was trying to look for an optimal way and a simple way to make my training as pain free as possible. And that's where the PPSC really helps. And so just keep in mind, I do try to implement that. So if you're crunched on time, do the 12-minute warm up. Okay, I even mark things as warm up. So pretty simple. After the warm up is going to be the key performance indicator. That is going to be the key movement. That is the big movement of the day, whether that's squatting, deadlift, bench, or some sort of pulling movement. Okay, go ahead and get into that. Now, after that main movement, there's usually anywhere between 3 to 4 sets, depending on if you're in the barbell program or in the body weight program, because the body weight and bands program does have a little bit of a different, setup, even though you are working the squat movement, for example, or the deadlift. So go ahead and do that key KPI, that key performance indicator. That is the key movement of the day. That should take you about maybe 10 to 20 minutes, depending on if you're in, again, the body weight dumbbell and bands program or the barbell program. So then you're looking at about 30 minutes altogether for what you've just done, including the warm up, 12-minute warm up, as well as, what we just did with the KPI. After that, you have one or two more supersets. Some of these will eventually start to get into a little bit more of an every minute on the minute type of scenario and things like that once we get it to 8 weeks and beyond, because I do want you to have some level of interval workout just to help improve your recovery after bouts of exercise, because that is actually what really helps us on the bike, especially in mountain biking, just because mountain biking can be very much like a hit type of movement, okay? So if you're limited on time, again, 12-minute warm up, do the first movement, the KPI, that key movement of the day, whether that's deadlift, squat, or bench. I'm repeating myself on purpose because I want to make sure it gets through, and then leave it up to you. The last one or two supersets, totally up to you with what time you have left. But that is a great way to get that workout done. I know even for me, the last couple of weeks have been pretty tricky. So I have done my first workout, for example, on Wednesdays, usually, is going to be my first break because Mondays and Tuesdays are my busiest days of the week, just with client check ins and things like that. Then Wednesday I do day one, and then I've been crunching days 2 and 3 together on Saturday. Personally, I like doing 3 days a week just because that feels better for my body and things like that. And I don't feel like I get quite as much out of it if I double up on the same day, but I'm getting it done, and that's all that matters is you're just getting this done. So for me, I'm also finding that working out in the morning definitely helps prevent meetings, client chats, programming, things like that that I do fill my day with. Working out in the morning helps prevent me from making those other things that are taking up my day with work and my passions. Lets me stay focused on me first, get the workout done, and it prevents those things from interfering with my workout. So just something to think about. I know not all of us are morning folks. If you're not a morning person, I'm not going to say any names because, hey, it's fine if you're not a morning person. Just know, put it in your calendar. Put your workout on your calendar, make it a priority because that is really what's going to happen in terms of you getting it done. So, and then the other thing that I have in terms of a tip for that is get a workout buddy. I know we're obviously in the middle of, pandemic still and things like that, and some gyms are limiting how many people can come in, but you might be able to go ahead and kind of finagle that if you can make your schedules work. If you have a garage gym, you both can work out in your garage gym if you have that and you're comfortable with that. I know I'm going to be recruiting a couple of friends to work out with me who are fully vexed, just because, it helps. And I've missed working out with other individuals, although I do love to work out by myself. So it's just one of those things where accountability is really what can help so much. It's just accountability, accountability, accountability. So find a way to keep yourself accountable, whether that's an in-person, an actual person that you're working out with, a friend, maybe you're both working out separately and you can text one another or email one another or what have you, FaceTime one another while you're working out and kind of chat, whatever it takes for you to get the workout in. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into what you've done versus what you're going to be doing these next few weeks. Okay, so the last 4 weeks you've gone through and you've established a really good routine, getting the workouts in, like I just mentioned, but then also really working on any type of stability, bandit movements, some single arm movements. A lot of you'll see if you look at the warm up, it does progress on purpose. So you do some dynamic stretching, some foam rolling, just really light, just to kind of get any types of aches or pains out of the question or out of the equation rather. Then we get into some bandit activation movements. And those are things that are going to activate the musculature that you're going to be using later on that day. Then you're doing a movement that mimics what you're going to be doing. For example, if you're doing the sumo deadlift with a barbell in your workout, you're going to be doing some sort of hip hinge movement that mimics the deadlift early on in the warm up. Okay, so then after that, you're going to do a really good activation power movement, such as a jump, a depth jump, a leap, some sort of opening and closing of the hips quickly, because that is what's really going to fire your central nervous system, aka your CNS, and that's really what's going to get you ready to lift. Unfortunately, time and time again, I see programs, they're written to where they don't activate your CNS before you're actually getting ready to lift. So whether you just woke up in the morning and you're doing a workout in the morning, fresh out of bed, so you've been horizontal for probably 6 to 8 hours, it's not a good time. Your body's not going to have a good time to get up out of bed and then perform lift weights and all of this. So that's why that warm up progresses the way it is. It is on purpose. Again, I use the elements of the PPSC certification because it works. I can't tell you how much it works. I have a lot of one-on-one clients who I've been introducing them to this because they were the first people I introduced them to this program after I got certified. And a lot of them were just blown away because they've just had chronic shoulder issues or something like that. And it's really helped them train pain-free, which is a goal. I think that's a good goal for anyone. So you'll see the program, it does progress like that. The warm-up progresses like that. It is on purpose. It is intentional. So there is an intention behind that. Then, you're doing some basic strength work in terms of looking at the actual movements that you're doing. So bench, deadlift, squat, basic key elements, as well as some sort of rowing or pulling movement, because those are the movements that mimic a lot of what we actually do on the bike. Okay, it's nothing fancy. You don't need a Bosu ball. You don't need a balance board or anything like that. While those tools are great, you don't need to do any of that crazy stuff that you see on Instagram. And the reason for that is because this is what works. This is what has you progress and will keep you progressing because it's a progressive overload type of program. Now, then you're looking at the following supersets after the main or the main lift or the key KPI or key performance indicator. Looking at those words are hard. Looking at those additional supersets, you're going to see that you're doing a lot of movements that complement what the main movement is that you just did, whether that's walking lunges, any type of single leg body weight type of movement, whether that's hip thrust, any type of lat movement, things like that. And I'm literally looking at day one as I'm talking to you all about this. So, it's really important just to keep in mind this is a progressive program. The first 4 weeks, you've established that great, core strength, core overall strength too. Now we're going to be getting into a little bit more of time under tension. So we're going to be doing a lot of the same main movements. So sumo deadlift, squat, things like that, bench. But we're going to add more tension. So time under tension, also called TUT. This is where the magic really happens. This is where you can actually work to reduce your reps if you want to, because you're doing the movement with more time under tension. You're going to see I have a lot of notes come Monday when you can see the programming. It's in there right now. You could actually see it right now. I know I can see it, but I'm also a coach, so I'm not sure if my account on my phone is a little bit different than yours. But go in and look at the programming. You'll see that, I have a lot of details in terms of like the deadlift, for example. On the deadlift day, here's the key. I want you to have that deadlift be more time under tension. What that looks like is you're going to be doing a lowering of the movement in 3 seconds. Okay, so 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Say I touch the floor. Now I'm going to come back up. Do it normal pace, but 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Don't do this 1, 2, 3. That's not 3 seconds. But 3 1,000s is usually going to do the trick. Okay, so 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Great. Come back up. Have that power in terms of the sumo deadlift. And that was just a regular deadlift I was showing you, just so you can understand what I'm talking about. Now, same thing with the bench press. So the bench press on day 3, you're going to be doing, or floor press for those of you in the dumbbell program. You're going to be doing a 3 second, 2 to 3 second lowering of the barbell to your chest, and then you're going to hold it for a second at your chest. So no bouncing it off of your chest or anything like that. Same thing with the squat. The squat is going to be the same type of situation where you're going to get into that squat stance, a little uneven here. Get into that squat stance and you're going to do 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, come up. And actually, I want you on both the down and the up with the squat to be 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. This might require you to reduce the weight that you're lifting, and that's fine because you're going to have greater time under tension. Therefore, you're making your ligaments, your tendons, everything that supports your muscles stronger in the process. Because all too often, I'll see folks, especially, full disclosure, I am a CrossFit level 2 coach. I was actually studying for my level 3 in CrossFit before the pandemic hit. So keep in mind, I am a CrossFit coach, but I see too often, especially with CrossFit athletes, they want to do things fast and they think that that's what's going to get them stronger. That's not what gets them stronger. What gets them stronger is the strict work that they're doing in class if they were going to a gym that's actually well programmed, which is kind of a little bit of a rarity, unfortunately. So here's the thing. All too often I see folks doing a squat like this, doing it fast, even if it's a heavy ass weight on their front rack or in a dumbbell or anything like that. They're just doing it super fast. Ideally, you want to do a movement fast when it's something for time or you're being timed for that event, okay? Don't think of your main strength workouts that support your biking as such, okay? This is where the time under tension will really make a big difference. Okay, so just discovered I'd like to say the word okay a lot, so there you go. A little bit of a tick. Let's see here. What else did I want to talk about? So I talked about the deadlift. Time under tension these next 4 weeks is going to be increasing. Again, healthy tendons, healthier ligaments, stronger muscles. This is what's going to help you increase your weights later on. So let's do this time under tension these next few weeks. It will be changing in terms of tempo. So the tempo will be varying, as will the rep scheme and things like that as these weeks progress. But this first week, so week 5 that we're going to be in next week, you're going to be recording your last set of sumo deadlifts, whether you're in the barbell program or in the dumbbell program. Okay, so last set of those deadlifts, record that. Again, post it to the Facebook group or post it into the group chat, whichever you're comfortable with. I know a couple of you have also privately messaged me just because you might be a little shy to share it in the group. But just know that when you share these things in the group for everyone to see, we can all learn equally. We can all learn from one another, watching one another, since we're not in the gym together. It helps you see other athletes and see how they're doing and see what their setup looks like too, in case you have any ideas. Let's see. Didn't have any other notes to go through. If you have any questions about some of the new movements, remember the first week is going to be the movement introduction for a lot of these movements. I will be changing a couple of these things for the last 2 weeks of this next phase, but you will be seeing weeks 5 and 6 in the program. So go ahead and look through that. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, shoot me a message, preferably in the group message, because if you have a question and maybe I didn't make something as clear as I could have, then other people probably have the same exact question. And believe me, no question is stupid or anything like that. I don't believe in that. I want you to ask me because it's what I'm here for. I love this stuff. This is what makes me incredibly happy, and this is what I do for a living. This is my full-time gig because I love it so much. But other than that, I talked about the time under tension, progressing. We're going to obviously be continuing with some stability movements and things like that. Going to be doing some single arm, single leg things. So be on the lookout for that in the program. The other thing I wanted to talk to you all about is if you're in an area where gyms are opening again and you're comfortable. I know I've had a couple people reach out to me saying, hey, I've already done the body weight and bands for the first few weeks. Now I'm going to be joining my gym again because I'm fully vaccinated, or whatever your risk tolerance is. That is totally up to you. If you're comfortable with getting back in the gym and you want to switch to the barbell program, by all means, let me know and I can switch you. It takes me all of maybe a minute to switch you. I've already switched a couple folks. So let me know. And again, you can get strong at home with some simple equipment. If you need any help too, making a weighted backpack or anything like that, I also have some tips just from military friends and military clients that I've worked with over the years in terms of making some brick sacks for their rucksack or for their backpack, making some brick like bundles that's really cheap, maybe costs like $10 to $20 for a set of bricks at your local Home Depot or Lowe's. And it's really easy. Basically just requires duct tape and some bricks. So, and then you just basically load up your bag. And it's pretty cool. It's an easy way to get a good 20 to 40 pounds in your bag if you don't have like textbooks like I do on your shelf and things like that. But right now, I don't there you all didn't have any questions. I went ahead and asked a couple times, but let me know if you have any questions at any point. I'm here for you at any time. And I'm loving hearing folks talk about how they're starting to feel more stable on their runs around their neighborhood lately. What was the other thing? Uh, I know I've had a couple people PR on some local trails here in the Denver area that I'm familiar with, so I think they share with me just because I know these trails. But do share with me if you ever PR anything. I of course see your PRs in the workouts in the actual group feed. You'll see me also register my workouts because I'm doing these workouts with you all. So let me know at any point if you have any questions or if you have any wins, or if you need some more accountability, if you need a little bit more of a swift kick to the ass, let me know, okay? I know this isn't really necessarily a one-on-one program, but I am here to help motivate you and find a way to make this work for you, okay? Anyways, I am so excited to have you all on the team, and here we go. Round two. The next Zoom, the next video, I want to actually do a Zoom and have you all on. I know not everyone's going to be able to probably make it, but I'm hoping for like a Wednesday after work time or maybe even a Thursday after work time. I'm not really going to do a Friday after work just because I have a standing date with my partners, so I need to hold to that. But, I'm thinking maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday after work would be really good. In a few weeks, at the end, maybe, week 7 to 8 of the next program. Totally up to you all, but I'm going to throw out some dates in the Facebook group. For those of you not in the Facebook group, let me know. I know a couple of you don't have Facebook or aren't very active on Facebook, but I can go ahead and throw something up here in the group too. Anyways, let me know if you all have any questions. I'm so excited to have you on the team. Let's get strong for the season. Bye.